I suck at powerlifting. And I'm not saying I'm totally terrible, because I have some genetic blessings, I believe. I feel like I'm a pretty gifted person for lifting. I've always been strong my entire life. But considering that and my athletic achievements when I was younger, right now, I kind of suck at powerlifting. And I think I know why. So, first of all, why am I videoing in the car? Well, it has to do with the main body of this video that I'm about to talk about. Because of time. The car is one of the, because a lot of people video in the car when they're on doing YouTube or Instagram or whatever, because it's one of the only private places we have, especially if you're married with kids like me. And it's also a place where you have some time where I can drive and I can casually glance at the camera and I can just talk. So it works for those reasons. Now, I do not have a lot of private time because, like I said, I am married with 5 kids, and that's one of the reasons I suck at powerlifting. So a lot of the guys I work out with at Super Training Gym, a lot of talented lifters, a lot of guys that have some of the same genetic blessings that I have, and some that maybe don't have quite as many as I have, and still outperform me. And some of that has to do with the fact that I'm 36. I have a full-time job that is not in the health industry. I'm not an online coach. I don't work in a gym. I don't work at Super Training Gym like some of the guys get to, which, you know, if income-wise, if I could make it work and I could get that job, would be kind of my dream job to be able to do that. But so kudos to them. But I'm supporting, I have to work the job I work, which is I sell automotive software to shops, automotive diagnostic and repair software. And because I've been in this industry for a long time, so I make good money at it, and I can support my wife and my 5 kids. Yes, 5 kids. It's a lot of kids. That's what everyone always tells me whenever I tell them that. And I agree. It is a lot. And people with 1 kid or 0 kids or 2 kids or 3 kids, they're always like amazed that I can function or do anything or even lift at all with that many kids. And this is the reason why. So I don't have as much time to spend at the gym as some of these guys that are in their 20s and single, or only have a girlfriend, or even if they're married and they still have no kids. So they're going to be better than me. They can train more than I can. They're younger than me. They can train, they recover quicker. I only started doing this powerlifting thing. I've been lifting for a long time, but took a lot of time off. Came back and started powerlifting about 4 years ago. Not quite 4, I don't think. And so they have some advantages on me in that respect. And a lot of these guys all across the country, I notice a lot of them are like that. Not all of them. Some of them are just better, and they're in similar situations. But I have to trade some of my time for my family time. That's fine. That's the life I chose. And I enjoy it. I greatly enjoy where I'm at with my life and what I have. And I'm going to have to understand that being a father of 5 is not going to give me as much opportunity in the field of powerlifting. So let's see here. Cut this part out. But if I can manage the hour and a half 3 times a week that I do to lift and get the performance that I have gotten, most of it's been for health anyway. I started doing this mostly because I enjoyed it, and I had to do something active in order to get healthy. So I'm going to tell you a little about my backstory on why I got back into lifting in the first place. So when I was 33 years old, I was getting pretty fat. My wife would make some comments every once in a while that, you know, kind of hinted at it, that I was changing. And the scale showed it too. I started off in college. I was a defensive tackle in college, 6'1", 240 pounds, maybe about there, maybe 245, I think 240, maybe 235, I'm not sure. I couldn't eat enough, and I was running a lot for football, so I didn't have a lot of weight on me. I was still very strong. I did have the strongest bench press in the entire team. I could bench press, I think I was doing about 460 pounds back then. Didn't do any deadlifts or squats because we were running so much. I never wanted to work out my legs for fear of having the delayed onset muscle soreness, or otherwise known as DOMS, and interfering with my running. So I didn't ever do that. You know, we were always hitting the sleds and everything like that anyway, doing those. It was all about push. You know, I was a defensive lineman, so it was always about pushing and just speed and explosiveness. It wasn't really about that. Probably could have benefited from it, but we didn't do it. Anyways, so still the strongest guy on the team, bench press wise at least, and not the heaviest. Couldn't put on enough weight, and then quit football, quit school. After all that, got married, started having kids, started getting fat and happy, and started putting on some weight. Slowly and surely, got up to about, 260-ish, and then 270-ish. Was there for quite a while, and then I hit 280, 285, and went into the doctor one day. Just got some routine blood work done, and my triglycerides were 700 plus, off the charts. They couldn't even get a full measurement. They couldn't read my bad cholesterol or my good cholesterol because my triglycerides were so high. They were tainting the test for everything else. My blood pressure was high. I was a pre-diabetic, and I'm only 33 years old. I didn't look as bad. I mean, I did look a little bit chubby. I was getting kind of fat. Later down the line, I learned I was 25% body fat. But I didn't think I looked that bad in accordance to what my health was doing with my, reflected with my blood work. And the doctor said, we got to do something, because with these kinds of triglyceride levels, you're going to die of cirrhosis of the liver, which is normally a drinker's disease, and I didn't drink. I still don't drink that much. Every once in a while, I have a drink or two. And you're going to die of cirrhosis of the liver when you're 50, around that age, if we don't do something. And he wanted to put me on some drug. It wasn't a statin drug. It was specifically for triglycerides. I don't remember what it was. It was a fairly new drug, and I didn't really want to take it. I'm not a big fan of taking unnatural substances, and I don't even like taking painkillers that much, unless I really, really need to. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be on a medication for the rest of my life starting at 33. So I decided, you know what, I used to be pretty healthy. I'm going to just try to change my diet, because I knew I didn't eat that great. And I'm going to start working out again. Started to cut out carbs and excess sugars. Clean carbs, at least, is what I started eating. I cut out the junk carbs, all the simple sugars, as much as I could. Stopped drinking soda. Started eating a lot healthier. Actually started meal prepping a lot. Actually I was very regimented for a while there. And I dropped 8% body fat. My blood levels all got within normal, high range of normal, but still normal, within 8 months. Pretty drastic transformation. And so with that, I felt a lot better. My wife thought I looked a lot better. People were noticing something different, or just noticing the change in my appearance. And it was something I had to sacrifice some other of my time. So with having all the family duties that I have, I did have a little bit of spare time. I still am an avid gamer, have been since I was a kid. And what I had to do is I basically had to really cut down on my game time. The sun's right there. And I had to change it so I wasn't gaming nearly as much, sometimes not at all during the week. And that was really tough for me because I like my video games. I don't watch much TV, I don't watch any TV. And I had to make a sacrifice. I had one of my friends that had 4 kids. He asked me, you should really start working out again. You're pretty strong. You should probably start getting into it again. You could be a lot stronger. It'd be pretty cool to see. I said, I don't have any time. I said, yes, you do. You play video games, right? Yeah. But I just do that because it's at home. I can jump on, jump off real quick if the kids need me. My wife needs me. And he said, well, there's your time right there. Stop playing video games and get to the gym. At the time, I dismissed it because I was like, wasn't a priority for me. I didn't really feel motivated to do it. So it wasn't until I got that news from my doctor that that was my big motivation kick. And then I decided, okay, video games are second when it comes to my free time, and the gym is first. But now, I will gladly sacrifice video game time for gym time. Gladly. I love it. I love the feeling afterwards. I love the results at the end. Working out isn't really that fun. Moving heavy weight's fun. Hitting a new PR, that's always great. Big sense of accomplishment with that. But the fact of the matter is, if I can do it, father of 5, full-time job, if I can do it, you can do it. You can make the time, you can be healthy, you can change your diet, you can make the time to be healthier. Because that's what it's all about. That's one thing I like about powerlifting, which is why I kind of got into that, was I'm competing with myself. I don't have to compete with anybody else if I don't want to. And I'm just about making myself better and beating my own records, PRs, personal records, right? So PRs are fun because you're besting your old self. It's all about making yourself better. I like to make myself better in body and mind, and that is a real awesome feeling. So I just wanted to put that out there so that everyone else can maybe take that and say, hey, maybe I need to stop making some excuses and get it together and put together a plan to change my life. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions about any specifics of what I did, I'm not an online coach. Like I said, I don't do that, but I have learned quite a bit with nutrition and exercise over my years. I've been lifting for a long time, have an athletic background, so I can answer some questions. If I can't, or if your needs are too great, I can recommend you to some great coaches. I do know some really great coaches that I can direct you to that will help you out greatly as well with either whatever goals you need, bodybuilding, powerlifting, nutrition, weight loss, whatever it is. Ask me. If I don't know it, I can get you to somebody who does. So, all right, thanks for listening.